Snack pack. Welcome back. I'm welcoming back my own self because it's been 425,052 years since I've done a live stream and or posted a video. That's how it feels to me. I don't know how it feels to you, but it's almost like I forgot how to live stream or make a video. But that's okay, because now we're back and my glasses go on. So what's happening here? Okay. So I was just sitting here on a Saturday night thinking, well, let me rewind. I've been thinking for quite a while about going live, but things have just been kind of busy and I didn't want to come on in a stressed state. So I was like, let me chill out, get adjusted. And then when I feel chill, then I'll come back on. So there was many a time where I was like, I'm going to go on a live stream. And then like later on today. And then that later on that day would just feel like something happened or some stress or whatever. And I'm like, no, it's not the right time. And I wasn't even planning to go on today. I wasn't planning on it. I did a bunch of errands this morning and then I was just like sitting here about to read a book and I was like, you know, it'd be better than reading a book, going on with my friends on Charles X. Thank you guys for the hearts. I see my favorite names popping up. Grant is in the house, our famed moderator of all time. I haven't said that in ages. I mean, really. Hey, Terrence, how are you? Tracy, thank you. Thank you guys for the hearts. Thank you for the love. Oh, Rebecca's in the house. Woo, woo. It's so nice to see so many, I'd like to say faces, but I don't see your faces. I just see your icons. But it is so nice to see your names after such a long time. Hey, Rat Queen and Krista. Hey. Welcome to a Saturday evening. We used to do the live streams called Snack Chat Saturday for a couple years when I first started. And then during the summertime, people were out and about and Saturdays were a little bit more difficult because, you know, people aren't really sitting at home. And I used to do, I think at 2 p.m. Pacific, which would be 5 Eastern. So I don't know. Anyways, it was a weird time. It was a fun time. We had a lot of fun back then. And then we switched up to, I think, Sundays and then went to Fridays. And then anyways, it's been all over the place. But it feels kind of nice to do it on a Saturday because I don't know if you can hear it. I don't know. Let me know if you can hear it, but it's pouring rain here in Texas. So I have my balcony door open and it feels nice. And it is a little chilly, but it's just nice. It's a nice, cozy day. So I was like, ooh, you know, it'll be even more cozier. Live streaming. Hey, Michelle, how are you? Thank you. I've been missing you too. I've been missing everybody. Oh, thank you, Krista. Rat Queen. Well, welcome. I'm glad you're here. Hey, Cyan, how are you? Thank you. I appreciate that. I appreciate the compliments. Hey, Stephanie, welcome. First live. Everybody give Stephanie a shout out and welcome her to the snack pack. Hey, Kiki, the hood old days. Grant, it's sunny and 55. Shoot, it's pouring rain here. I mean, it's been pouring all day. It's been like the biggest, fattest thunder of all time. It's like legitimately storming outside. But I did, you know, all my little grocery shopping and got up on my, you know, Amazon returns and stuff like that. Oh, my grandma is subbed to you, so that's why. Awesome. I did. I got a couch. Can you know, it's a nice couch too. That's a whole nother story. I got lots of stories. I mean, as you can imagine, my last video that I posted was on February 28th. In my mind, I was like, oh, I haven't posted in a couple weeks, like 3 weeks. And then I was like, I looked at the content screen, and I was like, I've never gone this long without posting a video. Never. And so that's what I'm going to talk about today. I have quite some story times, so buckle in. We'll see how long this goes. Hold on, let me put my little blankie on, because it's a little chilly with the door open. So we're just going to chill, we're just going to have a nice little kickback, and we're going to catch up. And if you guys have any questions or stories of your own, we're going to have a nice little time tonight. 87 and sunny, 87. No, oh my gosh, that's awesome. It's right now 51 degrees, and it's a little chilly. I thought that couch was new. Yay for free. Yes. Big and comfy. Yes. Oh, thank you, Tracy. I was missing you too. I'm missing all my snack packers. Hey, Denise. Oh, dang. Somebody was stealing from you? I was working in the, let's see. Awesome. Yeah, so, well, let me tell you that story about my couch real quick, because that's a faster story. Basically, I got my apartment, and then at the end of December, and I didn't have a couch for quite a while because I was trying to find one on Facebook Marketplace or, offer up or something. I was trying to save money. But the problem is I could find some good couches, but I'm on a 3rd floor with no elevator. And so, and also I'm by myself. And I know my 2 sons live here in Texas as well, but they're busy. They got lives, and also 3 flights of stairs. And it just, like, the schedules wouldn't align. So I was like, you know what? I'm just going to go to like a regular name brand furniture store, which I will not mention the name because things worked out in the end. So I'm not going to put them on blast, but it was not a great experience. I've shopped with this company plenty of times in the past. I spent several hours at the showroom, sat on a million couches, kept circling around. I was there for over an hour. I kept ending up with like back and forth with between 2 couches. I ended up picking a couch. It was comfy. It was a recliner couch, like a leather, not a leather, it was like a micro suede leather looking recliner, like the electric recliner. Paid a good deal of money for it, like legitimately more than I wanted to spend, with the delivery and the warranty, blah, blah, blah. And I sat on it a lot of times. Okay. I sat on this couch a lot of times, and it was cozy. So I get the couch, like, I don't know, a week or so later. They deliver it upstairs, set it up, whatever. They plug it in because it's electric, and they leave. I sit on this hoe, and it was like bricks. Like, my back broke. I felt offended by this couch, not this couch, a different couch. I felt offended by the couch. Like, the couch was like a tree stump. I was like, this is not the same couch. It looks like the same couch. It's not the same couch. And I was like, is this the same couch? And so I looked it up online, and I was like, it looks like the same couch, but it don't feel like the same couch. And so I was like, maybe I just need to break it in, whatever. And I kept sitting on it. And I'm telling you, my back hurt so bad sitting on this couch. I was like, I can't do this. Even reclining, it was like the way it was, I don't know, the way the couch reclined, it was either like all the way back. So you're just like looking up at the ceiling. And then if you like just did it a little bit, then the feet part wouldn't come up all the way. So your legs were angled down. It was like a terrible couch. And it was so hard. Like, it was like the memory foam that's like the harshest, like it barely moves when you do anything. And so I finally called the store, and I was like, is this the same couch? Because this is really uncomfortable, and I paid a lot of money. And they're like, yeah, but the other thing you got to remember is that the one you sat on in the showroom has been sat on by thousands of butts, big butts, small butts, kids jumping on it, people rolling around, whatever. And I'm like, I'm just one person. I'm not gonna be able to break in a couch like in a couple of days or a week. I don't have visitors really. I live by myself. And so I was like, this isn't going to work. It was so uncomfortable. I found myself avoiding sitting on this couch. Anyways, long story short, I wrote a letter because they were not going to help me. I wrote a letter to the corporate and I was just like, I've had good experience with this company in the past. Like, I don't know why, it's like this, but this is not going to work. So, I guess they felt sorry for me at some point because they had like a no returns situation, but they were like, well, we'll go ahead and let you exchange it for another couch as long as it's the same amount or more. So of course this one was a little more because, they're going to get their money. But this one I knew I was going to like, and I did sit on this one also. But the reason I knew I was going to like this one and that it was comfy is that one of my friends has this couch and I've been to her house many times and I sat on this couch before. So I was like, the reason I didn't go with this couch in the beginning is because I wanted a recliner couch. But after all said and done, I was like, you know what? At this point, I don't care. I just want a cozy couch. So anyways, this is a very cozy, soft, it's very soft couch. It's cozy, it's big, and it's nice. So, there was a whole other thing, they came and picked up the old couch, and when they put this new couch in, it was the wrong color. They had ordered it in a dark brown, and I'm like, that's not the one I ordered. It took forever. So long story long, I finally got this couch. It took like 3 different deliveries, finally got it, blah, blah, blah. Now I love it and it's cozy and I can sit here and read and relax and do my live streams. So that's what's happening now. Let's see. I know it's warmer there than Texas. I can't believe. Hey, Daily with Dab, how are you? Oh, Rose, how are you? Good to see you. Hey, Eric, God bless you as well. It's been a while since I missed. Yes, I haven't done one in so long. Hey, Linda, how are you? Cheryl, so sweet. Cheryl sent me a few messages and I just appreciate it very much. Oh, so sweet, so sweet. Hey, Jackie, how are you? Oh, good to see your name up here on the screen. Lens Go Deep, much love from Sun Prairie, Wisconsin. Awesome. About the first couch, so happy the company. Yes, I am very glad that the company was able to rectify, because I would think I was going to go a little bit like, okay, I got you. I'm going to start doing a little campaign against your company. I'm really not like that, but I was pretty legit pissed because that couch was so hard. I was like, no, thank you. I'm not keeping that. Tammy, hey, good to see you. Hey, Cargo Hustler from East Texas. Awesome. Yes, so now I got a nice little cozy, comfy couch. So, there's so much that I want to talk about, and, I don't have anything like prepared because every time I'm like, okay, I'm going to prepare something. And then I'm just like, no, I'm not going to do that. I'm just going to come on, speak from the heart. So things might be jumbled up, but this is just part of me getting back to myself. And that's kind of what I wanted to talk about today is what has happened, what has transpired since the last time you guys saw a video from me, which was the end of February. And I'm sure, Grant calls himself the OG, but a lot of you guys are also OGs of this Travel Snack Pack channel. A lot of you guys have been here from the beginning, even if it's not from the very first video, but you've been here. You've been locked and loaded. You've been in the snacks. And for that, I truly appreciate you. And I am super grateful for every person that's ever said a kind word, been on this channel, watched, given me advice, tips, listened, supported everything. And, it's been quite a journey. And, I started this YouTube channel, I think back in like 2017. I dabbled around with different niches, content things. And then, you know, when I started living in my car in 2019, that's when I like got serious. I was like, okay, let me get on with this. Let's do this. And I was very excited to share my journey because I was mostly concerned, not concerned, but I was mostly excited to share my journey in a way that would encourage and inspire others to do a journey of their own. Not particularly need to be in a car or a van, but just because I was seeing so many people feeling stuck and feeling, you know, like in a rut or feeling caged. I felt that way, you know, in a previous job I had. I felt really stressed out, really caged in. And, you know, I had my kids, and, you know, having kids is awesome, you know, but at the same time, you know, you also want to have a life that you can explore and do your own thing as well. So I really took that time when I did the beginning of this channel to be like, this is a journey for me, but it's also a way for me to share and encourage. And thank you for the hearts. I appreciate that. And so we go. So we went along, you know, it was great. And I loved it. You know, I enjoyed it. I will say that from the very beginning, even until now, I've always been lonely in my journeys. Being alone is being alone. I mean, it's not great. And I think some people handle being alone better than others. And don't get me wrong, I had a wonderful time, wonderful. But also there'd be times where I would just be sitting alone, which again, I'm now in an apartment and I sit alone. But being on the road is kind of worse in a sense if you don't make friends along the way, because you're also farther from family and farther from friends that you do know that is in one local spot. But you know, at the time, everything was so new and so exciting that it kind of like trumped that loneliness or that part of it. And you know, I carried on and it was great. And it was so fun. Living in the car was very fun for me. It was very freeing, very exciting, very new, very like scrappy, very, you know, living in a car. Weird. What a ding dong thing to do. Like, but also fun, you know? And I'm not, no offense to anyone that's living in a car. I'm not saying you're a ding dong. I'm saying just like, what a weird, wacky thing to do. And I loved it. And, you know, I did that through the end of 2019 and the first part of 2020. And then, dun, 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 the pandemic. And it ruined it, honestly. It ruined it. It ruined it for me. It ruined it for a lot of people. I mean, a lot of people's lives got flipped, turned upside down, and nothing has been the same since. I don't know if you feel it. If you feel it, put something in the comments, a thumbs up, an emoji, a comment, because I want this to be interactive. You know, I want the live streams to be for you and for me. And I'll talk about this later, but in the reality of realities, I'm staring at my computer by myself. And so I'm still alone, but I'm able to see, you know, like you guys saying stuff. So feel free to chop it up, like put stuff in the chat, because that really helps to, you know, so I don't feel like I'm just talking to a laptop, because that's what I'm recording this or, you know, filming this on or whatever, live streaming from. So when I was out in my car, it was in March, I believe, and everyone was like, you got to go back to California, you know, everything's shutting down, blah, blah. A lot of you have heard the story before, so just bear with me. You know, I'm going through, you know, I'm reminiscing here. So I just didn't want to go back. I wasn't ready. I was not done. I didn't want it to be over, and I didn't want to stop. I was on a roll. I had so many things on my list, so many videos I wanted to do. And it's almost like when you're right before you have to sneeze, but something interrupts it, and then you don't sneeze, and then you got that weird feeling. It's like that's how I felt being in the car. I was not ready for it to be done, and it just kind of like felt weird and stopped. And I felt kind of grumpy going back to California because, as you guys know, I gave up my apartment, condo, whatever you want to call it, in Carlsbad in the San Diego area. So I did not have that to go back to. I went back to my parents' house. And my parents are amazing. I'm forever grateful that I had that as a landing place to go back to. But it was that wasn't the plan. My plan was to get a pop and travel, see some things in my car. And because I had to go back, it was kind of a bummer. But it also afforded me the opportunity to think about what I want to do moving forward, which was, I think at the time I didn't really care to get a van. I still wanted to do the car because I thought the pandemic was going to take, a couple weeks or a month. In California, it took 5 years, it felt like. And so a lot of people were encouraging me, get a van. You like the car. So if you like the car, that should equal you liking a van. I didn't really see it that way, but I thought about my time on the road in my car as like there were some challenges. Like I was like, if I had a van, then I could have a legitimate toilet, which was a big deal. Especially, the older you get, it's like you got to go to the bathroom in the middle of the night. You know what I'm saying? It's like you got to figure out some things. I figured I could have a legitimate little refrigerator. I could have, a better bed for my back, and I just thought, okay, let me see what's up. So I just looked at a bunch of videos and, just started figuring out what to do. And then, of course, I'm not going to go through the whole everything of all things because you guys have probably seen all those videos. Long story short, or long story long, or long story whatever, is, that time was pretty challenging. I've never built a van before. And it was not easy and it was stressful. And I was always like, how do you spend, 6 hours, sometimes between 4 to 6 hours a day building a van, then trying to put content together and trying to like spend time with your parents and trying to like get through a pandemic. It was very stressful. And I was always like, people are going to get bored of this, blah, blah. And finally we finished and I got on the road. And honestly, I had a great time, but it was never the same as it was in my car. And I think a lot of that had to do with the world was different. There was a lot of things that were great, but a lot of things that were different and would break in the van because they say more money, more problems, more money, more problems, but also more things, more problems. And so I've said it a million times on this channel, is like, I miss my car. I missed that like minimalist approach to traveling because it was less things to think about. I think the best of both worlds is a hybrid if you get a minivan or an SUV, because you do have a little more room, but you can have a little toilet or you can have a little bed, as opposed to like a sedan, which it makes it a little harder because you really, have less room. But things kept happening. And then on top of that, the world was different. Things kept breaking. I was having a lot of family issues, which I'll probably never share on this channel because it's my family and they don't deserve to be dragged into, their personal stuff on a public channel. But, between health issues and other issues and stuff, there was a lot going on. And then like being on the road, it was fun, but also lonely. And so, I say all this to say that in this life, no matter what you're doing, whether you work a traditional job, whether you live in a car, whether you live on an island by yourself, whether you do any XYZ thing, there will be good things and there will be bad things. And you don't even have to look at it as good and bad. It's just things. There's going to be things that make you feel good and things that make you feel crummy. And it does not matter. It doesn't matter if you think well, I'm going to do this thing and it's going to, it's going to change my life for the better. It's going to make me free. No matter what, it is never going to be perfect. There's never going to be a time where everything is always up. Everything is always good. And that's a good thing. Doesn't feel good at the time, but it is good because it lets you know you're strong. It challenges you. It breaks you out of certain molds that you may have been in that you couldn't stretch from. And I'm glad I went through all the things I went through. I'm super glad. But this is like why it's also been hard for me to come back to, because there's so many things on my mind that I have not figured out, that I haven't been able to put into words. So just, try to figure whatever I'm saying out for your own brain, because I don't know how to say all these things and make it to where it comes out from my brain to your brain. But I say all that to say is, like, I want to clearly say that I enjoyed my van lifetime. I did enjoy a lot of it. I enjoyed seeing things. I enjoyed meeting people. I enjoyed everything, the channel, all the content. Like, even though editing was like a lot, it was always a creative outlet for me. All the good things, Like, I've met some of you, which has been one of the greatest joys. The snack pack has been so like pivotal for me, like just so many good messages, so many everythings. And at the same time, I want to tell you that it's like, from the time that I had to go back from being in my car when the pandemic started until the last video that you saw me post, something started to chip away within me. Something happened to me. It was a slow drip, but many of you, because you guys have been so loving and pay attention, noticed it, especially Grant and Jackie, my moderator and his wife. And a lot of you, not just them, but I've received messages where you could see it. If you pay attention to anybody that's on YouTube, TikTok, Instagram, whatever, anyone, even your friends, if you look deeply enough, people that are doing video content, sometimes you can see the cracks. You can see the emotions. You can see that people aren't doing okay. And also last summer, I was very clear that I was not doing okay. I was in a major depression. I was not doing okay. And during that time, I was trying to figure out what I was going to do with the channel. And I tried a lot of different things, and none of it felt like 100%. None of it felt right, because still I was just trying to figure out what YouTube's algorithm wanted. And everyone's like, just do what you love. And I'm like, I love too many things. Like, I enjoy a lot of things. And it was also it's also mental. Like, being on YouTube is mental, because I saw somebody make a TikTok, and they were saying that being a content creator is like having a gambling addiction. Because, and anybody that's thinking about doing a channel, I do encourage it in a sense, but I also tell you to take caution, because you start out like wanting to share and help and give tips and stuff, but it's like a game. It's like, you post a video, whatever, you post another video and it does really well. And you're like, oh, people love that. Let me do more of that. You do another video. So that is like pulling the slot machine, and you win, and you hear the little bells and sirens, and you're like, oh my gosh, that's so great. People love it. And then you post another video similar, and it does low numbers. Now in your mind, you're like, it's not about numbers, it's about people. But your mind does not, it doesn't, it's not. No, your mind wants to say what it wants to say. So you're like, okay, I'm gonna do another one. Then it doesn't do it. And so that's you putting in money and pulling a thing. And it's like, oh, that didn't work. So you try again, and you keep trying again. And it's like, you're always chasing the prize, the winning video. And so you start thinking, well, if I start doing like some of the things that the other YouTubers are doing, maybe that'll work. So you take a little piece of yourself away and you bring in a different person's ideas, and you start thinking, if I title it a certain way, then maybe it'll hit. And then, you start to lose a little bit more of your personality because you're trying to, you know, awaken the YouTube giants. And you're like, please, I want more people to see this. I'm trying to help people. I'm trying to share. And there's nothing you can do. It's gambling. It is like gambling. And for a person that has values and that, like I've always prided myself on having integrity and being honest, when you start to let yourself go down that path, it's not a conscious thing. It's not like I was like trying to cheat the system or cheat anybody or do anything, nefarious. It's just you are trying to do, like, it's a job, you're trying to make it work. You're trying, and when it's tied to your money, you're like, okay, also I need to make money because, I gotta live and eat. And so it just starts to poison your mind. It is always a slow drip of poison that's like, like you cannot stop thinking about it. You can't stop thinking about it. It's like, I've never had an addictive personality. I've never done drugs or been all in the alcohols and all these things. Like I'm not an addictive person, but I found myself, which I hate this word, but I found myself obsessing, which obsessing is similar to being possessed. Possessed is like something overtaking your body. Obsessed, having an obsession, is like it's latched onto your brain and it won't let you go. It won't let you stop. It's like something has overtaken you're like obsessed. And it overtook my brain. It just overtook it. I couldn't come out of it. I was in a spiral because I was like, I can't let people down. I got to provide value. I got to be there for the people, that care about me. And then I got so many good messages, loving messages, and I also was like, I need to be a beacon of hope for other people. I need to tell people they're okay, that they're not alone. And, also a lot of things happen like in relationships with me as well. I lost one of my best friends. It like a lot happened and I couldn't handle it. And I was like, okay, but also now I took some time off in the summer, but also I felt like I wanted to get back in the van. And everything all just, I mean, there's so much that went on that I'm not even going to go into, but I was like, wait, okay, let me read some of these comments and then I'll finish that part of it. Remind me where I'm at with that. Remind me that I'm at the part where when I leave Vegas. Let's see. Let's see. Let me scroll back a little bit. Thank you for all the nice compliments. I appreciate you guys. It's just Lens Go Deep says it's true. Since COVID, nothing is exactly how it was. Yes, the pandemic changed me and my friends and my family, good and bad, and life is different, but good but different. Yeah, I totally relate to that. Mystery says not the same at all now. Oh yeah, pop a like on it. Thank you, Grant, for reminding me. Pop a like on it if you're on this live stream. That does help. Tina, I agree 100%. Things have not been the same since COVID. Linda, will you be going back to van life at all? I will talk about that. Michelle said, no, your glasses look so good. Thank you. These are just Amazon ones. I am going to make an appointment to get actual like prescription ones, but these are just basic ones. Rathound, Travel Snack Live. Yes. Cheryl, I'm a lone wolf, but I understand what you're saying. Yes. My van looks pretty comfy. Yeah, this would be a major big van. Tracy says, yeah, I didn't believe that it would last years either. I thought they were all fear mongering about it, but then I ended up being in the most lockdown city in the world. Glad that part is, yes, totally. Cheryl says, you did an amazing job building out your van. You should be proud because I am so proud of all you have done. Oh, Thank you so much, Cheryl. So sweet. HDJKSA52. Hey, Adventures of Miss Speech. Joanna's in the house. I am gathering. I came in on a huge yes. I'm just reminiscing and going back and just sharing all the things. Cheryl says, you have always given your all to whatever you have done, and whatever you decide to do, I know you will indeed find what is right. Thank you so much. So encouraging. Denise says, oops. I have been totally alone for years. I don't like to be bothered. Yeah, I kind of wish for the unity that I see in others. Yes, I get that. Like I can be alone for a long time, but I also do miss being around people a lot. And Kev, hey, thank you, thank you. Mama Mert, how are you? Social engineering, yes, yes. There's been so many books and movies and stuff talking about this sort of bait like feeling that everyone's like the dopamine hits, and it's real. Like it is a real thing. It's real for the people watching and it's real for the people creating. All of it's it's good and it's also a bummer. Oh yeah, that can't be easy. I mean, it should be just be about what you want regardless of the algorithm, but also income is important. Yes. Rockstar Oscar, I hope you're safe. Thank you. Thank you. It's great you finally returned to van life, which is safer than drugs. Amen. Because you can understand that when YouTube is your income and pressure would have been, yes. Ambrosia in West Texas has been raining since Friday. We lost power. Oh, goodness. I haven't lost power, so that's good. But yes, the rain has been pouring. Retired Life, hey, from Delaware. Let's see. Okay, Grant's reminding me. And when I leave Vegas, let me read these last couple and I'll return back to my story. Hey, Jim, how are you? I've missed you and been praying for you. Thank you. I will take all the prayers I can get. And I prayed for the snack pack as well. Reminder part when you leave it. Okay. Hey, Dee, how are you? Good to see you in chat. Also, if you guys see the people's names in green with the little stars next to them, they have been the loyal snack pack members, like stuck around, like through all this. I mean, I don't even understand your patience with me, honestly. But they're the snack pack members. So if you do want to become a member, feel free, but no obligation. But I appreciate you guys all, truly, all of you, truly. Did you drop specific news so far? Like, are you leaving YouTube? I haven't dropped any news like that. I'm working my way through the story. I tell everybody either the algorithm trains you or you train the algorithm. Facts. Hey, Mountain Wanderer tie-dye, how are you? Loves all animals. Hey, from Connecticut. Awesome, awesome. As you know, I am a moderator for another channel, and I have to tell you that YouTube is a very difficult platform, and it can be very ugly out there unless you have experience. Unless you've experienced it, you just don't know. I agree. Awesome, awesome, awesome. All right, so basically, I had to leave Vegas quick, fast, and in a hurry because some drama went down that, again, I'm not going to share because it involves people I care about. And it was just a really, really, I'm not going to cuss, but if I was going to cuss on this channel, a crappy situation, just a terribly crappy situation. Grant does know, I will say, I did tell Grant, which that doesn't seem fair to all of you, but I felt like I needed to tell him because he's been a moderator on the channel and he kind of does know what's going on more so because, he's been around since the beginning and I do share with him and his wife, Jackie, some of the stuff just so he knows, like in case anything does happen to me, like, somebody would know, but anyways, at that time, I did not know what I was going to do because I had planned to stay in Vegas for at least another year. And something happened that was just unavoidably that I needed to get out. I needed to move. And so I could either move back to California or somewhere or anywhere, or go back in the van or whatever. And I just wasn't in a mental state to go full time back in the van. And California is flipping expensive. Like I did look, I was like, you know what, maybe I'll just get an apartment there and blah, blah, blah. Insane. It's just insane. And I just was not wanting to, go back to living with my parents again. I'm a grown up, I need to take care of myself. And so I decided to move here to Texas because, my older son already lives here and he got engaged, and my younger son also moved out here as well. So now both my sons are out here. And so I got this apartment, right? And so I was like, all right, well, it was really cool, like driving here from, Vegas. So I went back to California, got some more of my things. And it was really cool, like being back in the van. And I was like, okay, I think maybe I'm ready to dip my toe a little bit back into van life. But I was still not mentally like I was feeling better. Like I felt better about like emotionally, like about being closer to family. I didn't feel 100% because I ended up having to leave my parents in California because that's where they live. But I did feel good about like being closer to my sons, and that really like helped me mentally to be like in that family vibe. And I was like, okay, like I have roots here, like I'm gonna plant roots here, Um, but the whole YouTube thing was still stressing me out because I'm like, well, you know, when I stopped doing van content through the summer, the views went down tremendously. And I don't mean that as a knock to anybody, because even if there was 1,000 views, that means that 1,000 people care enough to watch something other than travel related videos. Those are the people that have said, like, I'll watch whatever you put out. And it boggles my mind that people would want to do that. But I appreciate it because I feel like we've all made rapport with each other, and I think that's great. But when I was doing band content, and then you see like videos that have like 10,000 views, 20,000 views, 100,000 views, whatever views, you think, well, maybe people don't care that much. Maybe just a few people happen to hit the video and then they were bored, because your mind plays tricks on you. You're like, people don't care. People, I'm disappointing people. They don't really care what I'm talking about or doing. And like and I'm not exact, like every single person in my personal life was like, I think you need to get a job. I think you need a part-time job. I think you need to get something outside of YouTube. I think YouTube is tearing you apart mentally. And I was like, no, I'm not going to give up. I've worked too hard. And so I just kept fighting that. I think I just felt like if I got a job, I'd be a failure. I would be just a failure, that I couldn't make it work. And at the same time, I just I couldn't do it. I just couldn't do it. I couldn't keep going. So anyways, I got here to Texas. I made some van videos. I did go out and do some things like little videos and stuff like that. And then I was all raring to go I was like, okay, you know what? Somewhere that's not too far is Oklahoma. That's like 3-4 hours away. Like, that'll be cool. I've never been there. It's great. And, I will say that it did suck because I had taken most of my stuff out of the van to put in my apartment. So it took like a full day to like return everything, like a lot of things back to the van that I think I was going to need, like, food and clothes and like necessities, and, making sure the van had this and that. And I had to get a checkup and an oil change, all the things. It took a while to prepare the van to be like back in like van ready mode. And so I made that video, which the last video that I made on February 28th, I made that video, and at the end of that video, I ended up staying, I think, I don't know, in Frisco, Texas, because I didn't make it out of Texas because I took too long. I was like doing errands, and then I went to this thrift store, and then I was like, I don't know what, I took too long. Basically, I started too late in the day and all these things. So I did end up sleeping in, I think, Frisco, Texas, which is not too far from the Oklahoma border. And in that video, I told you that like I had a nightmare, and it messed me up. Like it scared me. Not like in a, like, I'm afraid of traveling or afraid of the van, but it just made me feel like, why am I doing this? I'm doing it for the views. I don't care about this anymore. I don't care about this anymore. And I'm being like the most honest right now. I was like, what am I doing? But I was like, I can't let people down. So what did I do? I woke up the next morning and I sat in my van in the front seat and I was like, you just got to keep going. And so I did. I drove to Oklahoma and I was like, just do it. Keep going, keep filming, keep doing it, keep doing it. And I got to Oklahoma and I got to this lake. I forgot the name of the lake. And I filmed it. I filmed all of this. And I was walking around the lake. It was super windy. The audio sucked. And I was just like, you know, it was already getting late in the day. The sun was setting. It was pretty. But I was like, walked around this lake, got my steps in, and I was filming all of it. And then I got back in the van and I was just sitting there and I turned off my camera and I just was sitting there and I was like, you're still alone. What are you doing? Why are you doing this? Like, do you care about this? And so I was like, I don't want to do this. And so I called my good friend, Tim Ward, which a lot of you do know Tim. I called him and because, I have good people in my life, but there's certain people that understand some of this more than others because if you haven't traveled like that, like in a vehicle or traveled like nomadically, and you haven't done YouTube at the same time, I'm not saying that people can't understand it, but I'm kind of saying that you don't understand 100% because it is a different lifestyle. It's a different feeling. And I called him and I was like, what do I do? I was like, should I just sleep here and keep going? He's like, do you want to be there? Do you want to sleep there? And I was like, no, I'm lonely. I don't want to be here. Like, it's not exciting for me anymore. And he's like, then go home. And I'm like, I can't just go home. I need to film videos. And he's like, do you? It's your channel. You could do whatever you want to do. And I'm like, it's tied to my money. Like it's my job. And, just like had this long conversation. And I was just like, I can't keep doing this to myself. I just can't do it. Like, Oklahoma broke me. Like, that's me and Tim have a running joke now. Oklahoma broke me. Like, Oklahoma was the finish line for me for van life. Like, that was the deciding factor for me. I thought I was still excited about van life, and I am not. I am not excited about it anymore. Something has changed for me, and I was so sad. The whole thing has been sad. The whole thing has been sad. And it's funny because I was going to post that video and I just it was up on my editing software for weeks. Like, it was just like, okay, you got to edit the Oklahoma video. And then Tim was like, just let it go, bro. Let it go. Like, let it go. And I was like, no, I told people I was in Oklahoma. I got to tell people what happened. And it just sat in the editing software. And I just was like, I'm not going to be fake. Like, I'm not going to do it. I'm not going to tell people because, I've had some people tell me, just pretend you live in a van. Nobody's going to know. I can't do that. I'm not cut out for that. I don't know if other people do that. I would assume, I'm sure there's some people that do that. I don't want to do that. I don't care that much to pretend that I'm like living in a van just for views. And so I was like, okay, well, if I stop being in the van life content space, and I don't want to give up my channel because I've worked very hard and I've made a lot of good friends and Snack Pack, like, it's been so encouraging, but I don't know the path. I don't have it figured out. And I still don't. I was like, I don't know. And, I had to get real with myself. I had to let go, which is the title of this live stream, is I had to let go. And then I'm going to tell you what happened next. I got to the point. I got to the be still and know that I am God point, where I kept saying I'm being still, but I was not being still. I was still like dipping my toe over the line, like, oh, but I'm still gonna try this, that, and the other. No, stop. And so what you saw is me posting that video, and then I just stopped. I just simply stopped. I stopped posting. I stopped thinking about videos. I stopped all of it. I just stopped because I couldn't do it. I could not be fake. I didn't want to be fake. I don't want to do van life. I just didn't want to do it. I came to my end. So everyone was like, well, what are you going to do if you're not going to do YouTube full time? And I'm like, well, I got to make money. Like I'm not rich. Like I wish that I was independently wealthy. I wish that I had like this long lost aunt or uncle or granny or someone in, maybe like another country that I've never known about, like a Lifetime movie. But so far that hasn't really happened. So I'm like, I have to make money, you know? I, you know, let me read these comments and then I'll tell you what happens. Hey, Tiny Fairy, how are you? YouTube can be good and bad. You have to decide how you're going to use it. Yes. Advantage of being a moderator, friends. Yes. Let's see. Cheryl, oh, honey, my heart hurts so badly for your pain. Please do whatever you need to do. Stop worrying about others. It's okay to just do what you want. And if you don't know what that is, it's okay. Thank you. You're so sweet. I would have had you here to my house. Then you wouldn't have been alone with your epiphany. Oh, you're so sweet. You don't have to tell anyone anything. Thank you so much. Yes, still is still, and still is hard. Yes. Tina, I would love to see a day in your life video. I would watch it even if you might think it's boring. Thank you. Thank you. Honestly, I love you guys, and I love all of your thoughts, opinions, ideas. So honestly, if there's something that you think would be cool, then share it. Like I'm always open for ideas, So I appreciate when you say stuff like a day in your life. That's really cool. Linda says, just have to follow your heart. Do what you want to do with your own life and what makes you happy. Cheryl, we will still be your friends no matter what it is you do. It's you we care about, not the van or the travel. It's you. Thank you so, so much. Jim, take it one day at a time. None of us are promised tomorrow. Yes, indeed. Tracy, I'm glad you listened to God in your heart, and Travel Snack's always been here. I'm here whether you post or not, my friend, and I love it when I see notifications. Oh, thank you so much. That's okay, Cheryl. Hey, Jaleesa, how are you? I thought you were like just mad at the algorithm or something. So everybody in my life was concerned about me naturally because, did you hear the thunder? Do you hear that? It's so crazy. Yeah, the OGs are always here. Yes, indeed. Everybody was really concerned. They were like, if you keep going like this, you're going to wither away. Like you can't let a piece of technology like YouTube or whatever, you can't let that like dictate who you're going to be. Because I want to remind you, back at the beginning, when I was in the car, I was joyful. I was happy. I was like at peace. I was like more happy, more joyful, like more just, I'm sure you could see it. Go back and watch some of those videos. It's like I was more like spunky and whatever. It is super thundery outside. And over time, like my whole personage started to change. Now, of course, I've been getting older as well, but also sometimes life is hard. Like things happen, relationships happen, and it just sometimes sucks the life out of you. And it was just very hard. So anyway, I was in Oklahoma, talked to Tim, and I was like, well, now it's kind of late and it's like 4 hours to get back. So I just started driving back honestly. I was like, I'm just going to drive back. So I didn't make it all the way back because I got tired. So I did end up sleeping in Oklahoma. I did try to make it back to Texas, but I just got tired. I think I was just tired of driving that whole day. And, so I can say I slept in Oklahoma because I did. I stayed at outside of a convention center. And it was fine. It was quiet. And there's parts of the van life that I love. There's there's parts that I'm like, it is so cool to be able to just like park your car and jump in the back and go to sleep and grab a snack out of the fridge and, turn the heater on and go to the bathroom. And like, there's so many good things too. But to do it alone and to do it all the time and to do it and film it is a whole different thing. So anyways, I got back and then I was like, had like a heart to heart with myself, had a heart to heart with God, many prayers and talks with God, and just like begging him for help. Like I was like, I just need something to be easy. I need something to be easy. And so I just was like, I don't want to get a job, super like pouting and just like grumpy and fighting it every step of the way. But I was like, all right, let me just start looking for part-time jobs. And, I just intended to do something part-time and figure out what to do on YouTube. But I just was like, I just need a break mentally. Like, I don't know what I'm doing on YouTube. I have a lot of ideas that I'd like to just talk about regular things. And, Tim is one of my friends. He tells me, just grab a cup of coffee and sit and talk. Like, you don't have to like do all the things. You're funny on your own. You're like a good person on your own. You could just sit on your couch and talk. And I'm like, that's not enough. I got to do a cooking show, or I got to do, I don't know what, I got to do a podcast. I got to interview people. He's like, you don't have to. People still care about you if you just sit and talk. Like, you don't have to do anything more than just be yourself. And my brain doesn't work like that. But, that's just like, he's been reminding me every time we talk on the phone, he's always like, you are fine just by yourself. You don't have to do anything further. You don't have to do B-roll. You don't have to do footage here and there. You don't got to travel to the ends of the earth. If people leave, they leave. It's fine. And so I was like, okay, so I was just going to get part-time job. And then, lots of things happened to where I applied for this full-time job because it was a really good job, great company, and something that I would be good at. And I'm going to be vague here because I had a bunch of interviews. It took a while, but I did get the job. So yay me. And I'm not going to share what it is or what I'm doing because I don't want any strangers looking up that, because now I do have a professional job and it is a full-time job. It's like a legitimate, like grown-up job. And it's been good. It's how to explain this? It's a mind bender because it's like, when I was doing YouTube full time, I had every free moment of all day, of all time to do whatever. But I found myself being so stressed out mentally that it's like writer's block. Like, you're just blocked and you're just like, oh, let me, move these pickles to another jar. Or, oh, let me, clean the blinds. Let me do this. Oh, I gotta, whatever. You make up a million things to not do videos or whatever, because you're just like, it's so much like mental stress. So I had all the free time in the world, but my money was not really popping. And now I have a job, which, it's decent, pays my bills, but now I have a job. So it's a full-time job. So now my hours are working, And so when now I'm off work, my brain is like, for those of you that that like have full-time jobs, and especially ones that are like a mental type jobs where you have to think about things, it takes a lot, mentally. So at the end of the day, I'm just like, oh my gosh, I just like want to like lay down in silence and just relax. But I do miss the YouTube like stuff. I miss making videos, and I miss live streams, and I miss interacting and having comments, reading comments, and everything. So I've I'm going to be going into my 4th week at this job, and so now I'm just now feeling like okay. And so one of the points to the story is that I let go, and what happened is things turned out to be okay. I didn't die. I didn't. I lost some things, but I gained some things. And one of the biggest things that happened because I let go was I have been getting my joy back. I'm getting my peace back. I'm getting like my smile back. I'm like more joyful. Like I feel it. I feel better. I feel a little bit of normalcy. And I also still kind of miss like being out in the wind, of being like a nomad, but I also feel okay. And this is a second, like this is a not a second, but this is like the flip side of like a full circle flip side, almost of like me starting out and sharing with people. If you're in a rut, if you're stressed out, if you just can't stand your job and you just whatever, quit your job and do something else. Now, please, I want to write this in the comments or whatever, or I'm not going to write it, but just pretend I wrote this. I don't want to be the one that you blame if you quit your job and you go broke, because I'm not in your life. I don't know your bills. So make sure you have a backup plan. Make sure you have some savings. Make sure you don't go legit homeless. What I'm telling you is, if your life is so stressful, if you're in a job or relationship or whatever that is so stressful that you're waking up with panic attacks, you're waking up and you feel like not yourself and you feel stressed out in your heart, quit the job, bro. Life is too short. Figure out something else. Do something else. Go travel. Go do what you want to do. And I am a very firm believer in living your best life and exploring and, doing weird things, doing all the things. Get out and live your life. But if at the end of that or in the middle of that or whatever you try and you like hate it, get a job. And now I'm on the other side of that. It is okay. Life is ever going. And sometimes it's okay. Like I was fighting it so hard. Like I was fighting so hard to not get a job, like a job. They say just over broke and everyone hates a job. But the job that I have, I actually like it. I think it's a great company. I think it's for a job, it's great. And I'm not mad at having a job. Like, I mean, the best thing I wish is, again, if I just had free money and a lot of it so that I could just, like just not do anything, and also like pay for my friends and family to not have to do anything. And then we could just all travel and do whatever we wanted. That's not a real life. That's fake. So I can't live off of that. So I say all this to say is all scenarios can be good scenarios, and all scenarios can be temporary scenarios. Like you don't have to be locked in to whatever. If you want to do something different, then do it. Like figure it out. Like things can be figured out. You can do all kinds of different things. So anyways, now that I have a job, I'm in a more stable place mentally, more stable, a little bit financially, more stable, like, joyful wise. And now I'm just starting to feel like, okay, now we're good. Like we're getting there. Now, what are we doing? What are we doing with travel snacks? What are we doing? What are we doing? And so I'm trying to get back to the part of me that did YouTube for fun, that did it for the joy of it, that did it to encourage people and to like share good things. And that's like why I wanted to get to this point where I did this live stream, this very live stream, because I don't want to give up on the snack pack, on travel snacks, because it is part of my life and it's something I enjoy. But it will be different. And I know I've said this before. And so I'm like, here you go again, talking about doing something different. But it's like, I'm just that type of person. I like a lot of things. I am like really have a hard time with niching down. And so there's lots of things that I want to talk about. And so I'm probably going to take the advice of my friend Tim and just get a cup of coffee and make videos and just talk about random things, not even like really edited much or formatted or adding a lot of extra bells and whistles. And that might just have to be okay. And it might not be okay. People might be like, why would we care about that? Why would people listen? I guess it doesn't really matter. You know what I'm saying? Like in the big scheme of things, I had to let go. Like I don't want YouTube to own me. Like YouTube doesn't own my soul. God owns my soul. Like I want to be like, I'm grateful. Don't get me wrong. Like I don't want to be like, YouTube has given me a platform. So I'm not biting the hand that feeds me. And I'm not saying YouTube should do this, that, and the other. No. But what I'm saying is like, I don't want that. I don't know that I don't know how to call it, but like, it's like, I don't want being a YouTuber to be something that tethers me and makes me feel like a puppet. And at the end there, I felt like a puppet. Like I was almost like my own puppet master, puppeteering my own self. And I didn't like that feeling. I don't like being like fake like that. I didn't like that. I didn't like doing like coming up with videos just because I thought they were going to be popular or, like I just don't like that feeling. And I don't want to do that. So that's just the end of it. Like, I'm not going to do it. I'm not going to do it. Like, if I don't want to do it, I'm not going to do it. And maybe that sounds like spoiled, but you know what? This life is short, bro. Like, I say that to everybody. If you're not happy, find the thing that makes you happy. That's all I can say. Find the thing that makes you happy. Joanna says, I've tried on and off for 5 years to do my channel. I always give up. Then recently I told myself, I just want to get monetized for the goal of it. But I worry I may get obsessed like you said. I'm telling you, it's like the greatest thing. And it can like also could be like a terrible thing. And I totally get that. Like it's such a great thing to have goals. And I do want to encourage you, like, if that's a goal of yours to get monetized, it is a great feeling to be like, you know what, I did it. I got monetized. Like, keep going if it's something that you enjoy. But also, and I don't really know at this very today point how to tell you not to get obsessed, except for, see, it's hard because like I could say like trust God, but I did trust God. I felt like I was trusting God, but I was also allowing myself to be like, but let me just do it my way also. So it's very difficult because it is like I said earlier, it is like gambling because you're just like, if I could just get this video to hit, or if this, and so I guess the point I would tell you is to focus on the things that brings you joy and try your best not to concern yourself with what people in the comments are saying. Because you're going to get a lot of people that are going to say nice, good things, which that is so rewarding. But you're going to get people that will be like, oh, don't do it that way, or that was stupid, or whatever. You just need a man. It's like a common comment I always get. You just need a man. But I say if you want to get the monetization goal, then you should do it because it feels good. It does. It feels nice, like to have a goal in your life. Like one of my biggest goals is to hit 100,000 subscribers, snack packers on this channel. And it's like, I was also like, Let me just keep doing the van content till we hit 100K snack packers. Like, I've worked so hard. But again, that's like me telling God, you know, God, if you could just let me do my thing my own way for another 20,000 subscribers, and then we can do it your way. Now, that's just like a little kid being like, Mom, just let me eat candy until, you know, until like another year, and then I'll stop eating candy. No, your teeth are going to rot by then. No, you're doing the wrong thing. So I say all that to say that goals are good, but the timing is God's, because I could have keep pushing and, you know, keep stressing myself out just to get to, you know, 20,000 more people. But then at the end, my brain's going to be jacked up because I'm like so stressed out. I was already like in my breaking point. So have a goal, but be patient, I guess is all I'm trying to say. Tracy says, you can always interview me after September. I'm going to Europe to compete in the World Jigsaw Competition in Spain. Just joking. Oh my gosh, that's funny. Jackie says, I'd love to see you speed date or something like that. I wonder how I could get that to happen. I will say, because for those of you that are on this live stream, also before I say it, put a thumbs up, put a like on this live stream if you haven't already. Remember when last year I said that I wanted to go on 7 dates and then I didn't go on even one date in 2023? Well, this year I have gone on a date. I have gone on a date. Can you believe I actually went on a date? Actually, I went on 2 dates. Same dude. He was good. He was, I'm not going to get too detailed here, but he was really nice. May or may not have had a smooch, but it didn't work out. We weren't really on the same page at the end of it all. We really weren't on the same page, and nothing really bad to say about him, but it was kind of nice to go on a date and feel ladylike and feminine. Rose says we had thunderstorms earlier today. Oh, awesome. Hey, Gilbert Gabato, how are you? The thunder is God telling you to just do you. Amen. Right on. Take us in the van or by bike to a grocery store or coffee or beach, somewhere you want to go. The least of these. Hey, good to see you. I clicked to see you and not your van. Oh, thank you so much. That is so sweet. Emperor Kev, I'm new to your channel, but I have been watching videos and they all seem really good. Thank you. I appreciate that. Hey, Joy, how are you? And also menopause. True. Hormones are, man, that's no joke. The least of these. You could show us on film what it is like to be led by the Holy Spirit and how to find a 5-fold ministry church that isn't corrupt. The least of these, that way, shoot. I will say that it's hard to find a good church. I'm not gonna lie. Like, there's times I actually do want to make videos just to be like, let me have a word with everyone that owns a church. And also I hesitate because, listen, it's hard to run a church. I'm not a pastor and I don't run a church. So I don't want to be the backseat driver that's like, you should be doing this. But also as a parishioner, as a person going to church, bro, some of these churches, how are you calling yourself a church? Like, legit. But yes, I mean, I could say a lot about that topic. I don't want to get a job either, but I wish I could. Does that make sense? Yes, I totally get that. I totally get that comment. You know, it's hard. I know people that are like trying to get jobs and it's hard. It's hard. Like, I don't know. Like, everyone's saying like the economy is so much better. You know, there's so many jobs, the job, you know, job rate or whatever, all these things. And I'm just like, there's thousands of people looking for the same job. Like, it's not easy to actually get the job. You can apply for hundreds of jobs, but like a lot of the jobs, there's thousands of people going for that one job. And then those people that are hiring are so overwhelmed. And sometimes they're just like taking their time. And so you're just like, do you need somebody? But I mean, I don't know. I don't know any of you, if you're looking for jobs, hang in there because it's not easy. Whew. Hey, Jaleesa. I'm here for the talk. Also, why I watched Tim. Oh, yeah, Tim's channel's great. Lisa, these I am Christian that is stuck in the middle. My water is far away. I'm a Christian that's stuck in the middle of nowhere in a community that does not pray, but they claim to be Christians. They are in Laodicea, and they walk in the flesh, and it is hard to be around. I get it. I've been to some really different churches. Hey, Penelope, any reasonable person watching knows that change will come. Anyone worth your time and energy will understand if you need to completely walk away. Don't be a slave to YouTube. God is your only judge. Amen. I love that. Thank you. And yes, don't want to be a slave to anything here on earth. Yeah, I'm here for you, not anything else, just you. Thank you. And I appreciate all those comments. Honestly, like when people message me, send comments, and say stuff like this, it does really help, because I think even though I'm not a person that my love language isn't words of affirmation, I have realized that like my love language is quality time. So I really feel like I need to be around people. But I've noticed that I do also appreciate deeply reminders that, like that's why I'm also always telling everybody you're valuable, you're loved, you're worthy, you can be you without doing anything else. You don't have to, you know, do anything else except for be yourself. And so when someone says that to me, it's like, oh, good. Like, yeah, that's me too. So it always helps when I get those reminders as well. So, I think it's good to say that to each other because it's easy to forget. Thank you, Tracy. I appreciate that. Cheryl says, all our experiences guide us to where we are meant to be, and everything you have gone through makes you the person you are meant to be. Everything is going to be just as it should, except fate. Yes, indeed. D, woohoo, you don't have to share anything you don't want to. Proud of you for stepping out of your comfort zone. Praise the Lord. Amen. Thank you. Tina says, congratulations on the job. I pray you will become part of I pray you will become part of a community. You have a lot to offer. Thank you so much. I think audience is different for chat videos, so that would take time to build. It's just different and takes time to build. Yes, and it will take time to build. And I've been back and forth of like, should I just start a new channel, or should I just keep this channel going? Because it's like people that are going to come for travel snacks, like is travel or snacks, but can it just be like me talking? I don't know. But also, I don't really think I want to start over because that seems like a lot. So I don't know. In the big scheme of things, it really doesn't matter. Like there's people coming on YouTube new every day. And if my channel crashes and burns, it does. Like I don't want it to, but I mean, I feel like if I start doing like other videos that I want to do and it crashes, then, or, even if it has like not very many views, but it's something I want to do, then great, I win, because I'm enjoying it. People are enjoying it. And as people like if people have only come for van content or travel content, and if they kind of check out, and if I'm just doing this new content where I'm just sitting talking about dating or like, whatever, menopause, like you said, if I'm talking about, some of these corrupt churches and like just random things, maybe people like that. Maybe new people will come and they'll be like, this is fun. I like it. We have fun here. So I don't know. I mean, I have so many ideas. Like I would love to talk to other creators, like, have other creators come on and talk about their experiences being a creator. I don't know if people would care about that. And then I would also love, I don't know how I could do this, but I would love to like, I don't know how I could do this either, but so as I'm swiping on these dating apps, right? I'm like, bro, you need help. Like, I don't know how you're like some of the dudes of what they put, like I am genuinely curious, like why they put some of the things, like they're not going to be a match for me, but I would love to interview. Like I would say, you know what? And I swipe on them, right? And I'll be like, we're not a match, but also, do you want to come on my YouTube channel and we could just talk? Because I want to like talk about dating, and I want to talk about why it's trash. Like people of my age, you know, like in their like 40s to 50s, maybe even 60s, like I don't know. But I want to know how we can repair the dating, because it is trash. It's trash from the girl's side, it's trash from the guy's side. It's just trash. And everyone's tired. And I would love to interview even ladies. I'd love to interview them and be like, what are your experiences? Why do you have that on your profile? You know, I'd love to interview dating coaches and like, let's fix it. Maybe we can fix this. I don't know. I don't know how to do it, but I think that'd be very interesting. You know, also I am going to try to make a sourdough bread. So that's a totally random thought I just had because I was thinking about that. And I've been trying to like make more wholesome things. So I thought about doing like a little cooking show because I don't know how to cook, like to teach myself, but that might be boring and might be too much effort with, you know, I'm trying not to stress myself out. Anyways, those are just some of my ideas. Tina said, congratulations on the job. Yeah, okay, let's see. Right on, I think, see, Tina, agree. Thank you. Cheryl, congratulations, my Swiss friend. I am so excited for you. And look, now you are a fellow Texan. Woohoo! Yep, it was meant to be. Yeah. Rebecca, you let go of the self-imposed pressure to perform. Yes, exactly. Amen to that. Yeah, I just don't want to be performative, or whatever the word is. Is that a word? Performative? I don't know. Jackie says, I am glad you have a job, for I would go nuts being with Grant all day, every day. It's where I socialize and can be me and an individual person. I love Grant. Oh, that's awesome. Also, my job is remote also. So I'm still in my apartment. Like I don't have to travel to work. I do have to travel a little bit for work, but my work days are from home. So that's also a blessing. Super blessing, because I was so used to, like, even my last job before I even did YouTube, 11 years was a remote job. So I'm used to being a remote worker. So that was a stipulation. I was not planning to get a job going in somewhere. Like I just really didn't want to, even though I was feeling lonely, but I still value my own autonomy and my own space. And it's great because, you know, even though it's a remote job, I have coworkers, which is great because then I get to like see them on like the Zoom calls, and like it's nice to be able to talk to people throughout the day. So, and then like I just value, like I put in my all at work, like I'm a good worker, and then when I'm off, I value my off time. So I want to make like my YouTube time special. Like I don't want to squander it. I don't want to just do something just to be like, oh, I gotta make a video. It's like I want to do it because I care about sharing what I want to share. I want to, you know, I still want to provide value, but like I don't want to do it in a way that is like performative, I guess you're saying, is like I don't want to do it in like the algorithm way, which might sound stupid because I mean, kind of do have to do some algorithm things, but I don't want it to control me. Jim says, thank you for letting us know how you're doing, and we all love you, and you are a blessing to us. Oh, thank you so much. My old job made me travel all the time, all different time zones, but work hours and pressure was high. Not so fun after all. Yes. Yeah, when you have to travel for your job, it can be very stressful and very exhausting. And that's kind of how I was feeling too. I felt like I had to travel, and it was no longer fun. Like I said, Oklahoma broke me, like I'm telling you. Retired life. You could say couch snacks or stationary snacks. Hey, awesome Nisi. Joe says, I love random coffee. Yay. Travel is relative. You can travel and snack anywhere. Facts. You got talk time. Yes. Shows I love my job and the people I work with. A job is not always a bad thing. When all is said and done, it is called a life lived. You can live it in more than one way. Just sit and visit a while. Yes. Yeah. And like, I think one of the things is like the last job that I had before this was very, like, I loved the work, but how do I say this tactfully? Some of the people there were not great, and it ruined it. And it literally gave me PTSD because I don't want to downplay PTSD also because that's a real thing, but it really made me like stress out about getting another job because I never wanted to be treated like so poorly ever again. And I was just scared that if I got another job that I would feel like somebody had their thumb on me all the time and would be very micromanagey. And this job is so much different and so better and like wonderful. Like the people are wonderful. They're super patient with me, and no one's like looking over my shoulder, and I do my job and it's great. So like God really blessed me because when I prayed, please make something easy. Like I'm not saying it was easy to get the job because I did have to go through several interviews, but he did make it easy in the sense of like the burden is light. Like how do I say this? The job is like a very intense job, but the burden is still light, if that makes any sense. So I just feel blessed. Like I feel super blessed that I was able to get this job. And I still have YouTube as like I have my YouTube family. Like I have the snack pack, and it feels good. And I thought I was going to feel like such a failure, but I don't feel like that. Like my brain was telling me that, and I don't feel like that. I feel happy. I feel like a sigh of relief, Like I was able to make this decision for myself and like be a grown up and make hard decisions and you know, and still encourage people like everyone has different paths. Thank you for the hearts. I appreciate that. Everybody has different paths that they need to be on. So you may be personally at a place where you're like, F this job and quit and go live in a car. Or you may be like, have been retired and you're bored and you want to do a job, or, or you, whatever. You could be like, I don't know, there's millions of paths and everybody's path is different, and that's okay. And that's why I always tell everybody is to like be gentle with each other, care about each other, listen to each other, because everybody's on their own journey and we're all just trying to get through it. But Lisa, you could ask Jesus to make you a comedian, a Christian comedian, because you have a good sense of timing. I might actually laugh if the joke is funny. Thank you. I mean, I don't know that I'm that funny, but I mean, that would be cool. Every time I think about going back to my YouTube channel, my brain hurts and I can't even focus on it. I never did much with it anyways. It's not easy. It's not easy. I mean, every YouTube friend that I have literally feels the same way. Like every single one of them. I don't know of one I'm not friends with all the YouTubers, but every YouTube friend that I have is on the same mentally draining path. Every single one. Not one person has figured it out. Not one. And if you go on YouTube right now and type in, I quit YouTube, you're going to see huge creators quitting, giving up on it, or taking a break. I've been watching people that have taken a year off and come back and they're still stressed out about it. Like it's not easy. And, I have to just moving forward, take it with a grain of salt and be like, you know what? My bills are covered. If YouTube doesn't provide, monetarily, that's okay. Like my bills are covered, but I'm doing it now, like to where I'm not going to stress. I don't want to let myself stress out about like, what's the video about? It's like when I post, it's going to be chill. I'll have a snack or a coffee and just, like, here's one of my ideas too, is like throughout my week, it's just like write down things like either funny things or experience stories that happen, if I go on a date, or like things that I see, and just have like, 5 to 10 things. and come on and just make a video and be like, listen, these are the top 10 things that happened this week, and my life is interesting and fun. Like, I will say, like, and I'm sure yours is too, but some of the things that I see or experience, it's funny to me. It may not be funny, but maybe in my brain it's more funny. But either way, maybe that I'll start there and I'll just start sharing, I still do have my van. So I mean, there still could be times where I'll film sitting in the van, or but I do pretty much 80%, 85% think I'm going to sell my van. I still never finished painting it and decorating it because I just got overwhelmed and I was just like, I need a break. I don't want to sell my van, but also I need a car. It's really difficult having a van as a daily driver when you're just trying to go to the store and like go places and like go meet up with people. It's like, it is not an easy thing to drive when you're just living like a regular life. It's great when you're traveling. And I still love, like, when I'm going, like, even if I'm driving an hour away and I have to stop and go to the bathroom, and it's great for that. Or, like today I went to the grocery store. I had frozen things and I put it in my freezer while I did a few more errands. It's great. But I don't think it's practical. And it just like makes me feel so sad to think about it. But also, it doesn't make sense for me to keep it if I'm not going to travel, because somebody else could use that. Somebody else could have that experience. And it doesn't make sense for me to have a van and a car. And you know what I'm saying? Like I would have to pay for another parking spot where I live, and which is not that big of a deal. But if the van's just going to be sitting, it's kind of a waste. And it makes me sad to think about selling it. But also, if someone could use it, you know what I mean? Like, it's less selfish to sell it, because I would love for someone to feel that good feeling. When I first started out in the van, and it was so cool, like, and I had a lot of good experiences, and somebody else could have that. Like a solo person could be like, this is perfect enough for one person. And it's still like, I just got brand new tires on it. Like I got, it's all up to date on all the things. And like, it's an old van. It's like 20 years old, but it's still going strong. So there's still good life in it. I just don't know how much. I literally have no idea how much I would sell it for. Like, I don't know. I need to go on like Van Trader or someplace that people sell their vans to see what my type of van would be selling for with all the stuff on. Like, how do you price it with all your stuff in it and on it? Like all the solar and, I don't know. I don't really know how to do that. But anyway, that's that's something I can't stress out about today. If it brings you happiness and joy, do it, but don't let it define who you are as a human being. Yes, indeed. Jim says, share the Lord and how he has blessed you. Yes, definitely. The Holy Spirit told me yesterday that he wanted me to start a blog with a B, not a blog, with a B. So I went shopping for an old typewriter online. Ooh, I love that. A blog is a great way to get your thoughts and stuff out. Miss VG3, just getting here. So good to see you on live stream. Thank you. Thank you for being here. And thank you for everybody on here. Like, this is exciting to see so many people, and just like such a sigh of relief, to be back and like talking to my snack pack family. And I even told Grant like last week, okay, I'm going to do a live stream this week. And then something dramatic happened. Well, I don't want to say it like that. Something happened with a person in my life, and I couldn't end up doing the live stream. So that sounded really weird. A family issue arose that I had to deal with. So then I was like, not going to do it now. So I've been waiting, and now I'm glad I'm doing it. Thank you, Joanna. Thank you. A second date, that really happens. That rarely happens to me. I know, honestly. And then it's been like trash ever since. Also, again, I went on my 2 dates and then started dating again. Well, started going on the apps again and never got any other dates. Anew, it's great that the Holy Spirit leads us in the direction that's best for us if we just follow. Yes. Ooh, 2 dates and a smooch. That's a good start to dating life. Rose says we could have snack and chat time. Yes, I love it. We do need healthy snack and recipes. Yes. I've been really trying. Like I have been doing fairly good with my eating. Definitely eating way better than I was on the road because it's just too easy to go drive-throughs when you're on the road. And a lot of times it's like when you're in a vehicle or a van, it's like, am I really going to heat up this van when it's already hot? No. Or if it's like too cold and you're like, oh, I don't even feel like it. So many times I would just eat fast food. So I do eat a lot healthier now that I'm in my apartment. I've been looking for a church home for years. I know, I feel you. I've gone to a few churches already that I just didn't love. It's a good idea to try a church 3 times before deciding not to go back. That's a good point. I've yeah, I usually go once, but maybe I should go a couple times. I'm so blessed to have found the church that I'm part of. I've been burned more than once. I hear you. Congratulations on getting your job. I hope you will enjoy it. Thank you. Let's see. Calvary Albuquerque has a great online church. A lot of the Calvaries are good. Like they usually have some good stuff. Daily with Deb. My family wants me to get a job. Yes, just keep talking to us. That sounds like an amazing idea. Congratulations. Work snacks. Thank you. Rose says snack chat. Yes. Jenny, hi Allison. Good to see you. Good to see you. Chat snacks. Good grief. Don't start over. Just do what you enjoy and the rest will fall in place. Thank you. Thank you for saying that. Yeah, I'm leaning towards not starting over. I think that's going to be too much stress for me. That would be awesome to just talk about dating. It's so hard and terrible. I mean, every single person that I know that's in the dating world, not nary a one has had good experiences. I don't know not one person that's out here like, oh, online dating so fun and great. Not one. It's like an apocalypse out here. It's terrible. It's terrible. If you're married, stay married. Honestly, I mean, not if you're in like a terrible situation, but I mean, I believe in marriage. Don't get me wrong, but I'm saying, stay married, work it out, go to therapy. It sucks out here for the singles. Like that, I am passionate about it but I also like, so everyone's like, do a relationship channel, but then I'm just like, well, what if I get a boyfriend and a husband? Then I'm not going to be wanting to talk about dating. I guess I could transition then too. I don't know. It's a whole thing. Chat snacks and snack chats. Jackie says, dabble in a bit of everything, see what sticks and what makes you giggle. Yes, I love that. Deb says, you will hit 100K being yourself. Thank you. No, you don't have to talk about corrupt churches. They're all around us. They're all around us. Help us find the good ones. Yes, I feel you on that. Lardosi, chat and snack. I love that. The name doesn't matter. Just do the videos you want. Thank you. Try to live. You have a channel. Let's see. Sylvia, hey, you could still have snack chats. Travel when you want to. I attended a virtual seminar with Tony Robbins about a month ago, and he said, what if life is happening for you? What if life is happening for you and not to you? I love that. You can travel to the kitchen and make you a snack. I mean, that's a fair thing. Stay put snacks. The word of God is food for the spirit. Sharing a verse would be sharing a spiritual snack. I love that. I love that. That's true. Hey, great Granny D. Thank you. Jim, you really do have a lot of wisdom to share with people, and people are listening and they hear. Awesome. Claire on the road. The ups and downs of YouTube really affected my mood, and I'm taking a little break from posting. Allison, I missed the beginning, so I'm so curious about your type of work, if it isn't a secret. I'm not really sharing what I'm doing for my job because I don't like want people to go searching around trying to find out where I'm at, because also the other thing is, since like, you know, I have a job, so also I don't know how much I can share on my YouTube, you know what I mean? Because like I don't know if some jobs like look at your private stuff, and you know, like I don't really know. I mean, I want to keep my job and my YouTube separate. So I hope like people at my job aren't like watching my live streams and my videos because it's a little awkward. To Lisa, YouTube is an infinite algorithm pit that not one person can be a YouTuber overruler. There are unlimited achievements. So just taking, sorry, I can't, my brain just stopped. So just taking the joy for the individual is the best option, in my opinion. I agree. I agree with that. I think it's like if you try to like win the game, it will take you down, I think, because I've seen so many people give up and quit because it's just so stressful. And like I don't want to be that person. I don't care about being famous. I don't care that much. Like I'm not like, oh, I gotta hit 1 million subscribers. Like I don't care that much. I care about community. I care about um, being a good person to like to share with other people that life's great and that you can have a good life and you should care about other people. Like I care about that. I don't care about being famous. So I agree with you. And let's see, Allison, this is from a 77-year-old. You are expressing what most people go through in a job. Yes, we are treated poorly in our jobs. This is life. You are right. Find something that makes you happy. Amen. Thank you for saying that. Donna Flynn. Hi, it's my first time catching your live. Interesting timing. I'm getting back to my channel after years of not posting. The regular content creators seem to be exhausted and frustrated. Yikes. Yes. And welcome back. Yes, it's hard. I don't know what all of you guys' like main YouTube page looks like, but mine is like a bunch of people either quitting or have quit and come back and are trying to get it going again. Like it is filled with people that are stressed out to the max or giving tips about how to not get burnt out. So I don't know. Like I have a heart for creators. I would love to talk to other creators. I don't know how popular that channel would be because other people would be like, I don't care about that. But anyways, I think it is like very stressful. And if you think about it, like we're still pretty early in like, we just got computers within my age, like my era of living. Like we used to never have computers. So we're still pretty early in having computers and then being content creators. So it's fine. It's like, how long have people been content creators? Like 10 years, like 15 years, maybe. People are just coming to this point where it's starting to show. The holes are showing. Like this is not healthy. And so there's got to be some way to like, figure this out, like to be a content creator without damaging your mental health. And I don't have the answer because I think I'm a smart person, but listen, there's way more smarter people than me that are also having a hard time. So I don't know the answer, but something's got to give because this is not healthy. Travel Bunny Bear, you should sell it. The next stage might just be you snacking while traveling with a car or on a train, playing new stage snacks. Yes. Let's see. Get a minivan. It can serve you well and still can take you places if you wish. I thought about getting a minivan, but again, I'm done with like just traveling just for traveling, like to do it as a content push. Like the next time I travel, I don't want to have to film it. I want to enjoy like just traveling. I'm not saying that I'll never film anything or share my life or a day in the life, but to do it like as my full situation, I hit my wall. I've hit a wall and it's too much. But yeah. Tiny Fairy. Allison, what religion are you? I'm trying to find a church. I'm praying God shows me the way. I am just a Christian. Not just a Christian, but I'm a Christian. Not really a denomination, just a follower of Jesus. Loves all animals. I am interested, seriously. Get in touch with me. I am very interested. Eric, I hope God blesses your YouTube. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Um, Awesome, Nisi. Your father lost a tip of his finger helping you build that van and a nail in his hand. I would be sad to sell it to because of all the love that went into the build to build that. Yes, that's the main reason is the memories and just, building it exactly to the way I wanted it and how I knew I would be traveling in it and feel most comfortable. So it is very sad. I'm trying to get into a space of detachment with the van. It's like, when you see those movies about like, you know, I don't know what the movies are, but like they're movies like where the person is like telling the dog, "Go away, I hate you." So the dog will go back to like where it came from, but they really love the dog, but they're just like, "Get away from me. I hate your guts." And then like the dog walks away sad. I don't know what movie I'm thinking about, but anyways, I have it in my brain. It's just like that. Like I'm trying to hate the van in a sense. Like I still love my van, but I'm trying to like detach the emotions from my van and like put it towards someone else enjoying it because it's just so sad to think about like letting it go. But also, it's also sad to me to like like if I just keep it and get in a car and just have my van sitting rotting and like getting rusty and like things are, getting like deteriorated, whatever. Like that makes me feel like almost a little more sad to just see it waste away. So I feel like I'm trying to break it away from my brain and just be like, I had a lot of good times in it and just, try to try to get there. Rosa, whoa, the wind just came and almost flew my picture off the wall. Um, let's see. Lost my place. Mama Mer, I have what? I have two old electric typewriters. Pay shipping, and they are yours. I do not have ink ribbons. Um, Lisa King, you can travel with words. Your pack have many different roads they are on. Pray for your topic, and travel companions will be with you. You don't have to change the name of your channel. Thank you. Thank you for saying that. Least of these probably need the ribbons. Okay, let's see. Jackie, I didn't see you drink anything. Grant on my case for not drinking enough. I know. I thought I put my water like right next to me, but I think it's on the other. I don't know where I put it. Hold on. Where did I put it? Oh shoot! Hold on. It's on the other side. Also, on a side note, I'm pretty sure I got COVID again. So as soon as I found out I got this job, I think like the next day or day after, I got so sick. I did not take a COVID test because I live alone and I'm like, who cares? But I got super sick. Not as sick as when I got COVID last time, but I was really like in bed for over a week and I had excuse me. I had one of my sons go get groceries for me and leave it at the door. Um, because I only say that because I was really sick and I lost like my taste and smell again. It not lost it, but it was like really I had those phantom smells again where I was smelling weird things that weren't around and my taste was super off and gone. So I think that was another way of my body almost like releasing a lot of stress. Like, I got a job. I just found out I got a job and now like things are going to be okay. Like, I don't have to stress out about what I'm doing on channel. My bills will be paid. It's going to be okay. Like, and then I got super sick. So it reminded me because I need to keep drinking water because it's super easy to get dehydrated. So try to drink water. And thank you, Jackie, for reminding me. Um, how about wait? How about taking up basketball and dribbling? That's called traveling. That's funny. I would be super uncoordinated. Hey, Charlotte, late to the party, but hey, you still made it. Hey, Kate Briggs. We love your genuine approach. Thank you. It was the only way I could be a full-time content creator or even a part-time is if God made that burden light. Yes. Pray for that. Hey, Gracie, how are you? So how about travel news about other van lifers? Interview them about their snacks. Honestly, I thought about that too. I thought about that. I was like, and so here's a question I have for you guys. Okay, so if I wanted to do interviews with people, whether it's travelers or dating or whatever, do you guys care if it's like a Zoom type meeting, or do you feel like it's only worth it to watch if it's in person, like an in-person interview? Because I'm not always going to be in the same place as a person. So like I could use something like StreamYard, um, or like Zoom or whatever to record, like I'm here, I live in Texas, and then that person, whoever it's going to be, whether it's van lifers, tiny home livers, I guess that's the right word, but tiny people that live in tiny homes, people that live in like small apartments in New York, that's interesting to me. People that live in a treehouse, people that live differently, or dudes that are on these dating apps and I'd like to hear their story, or even women that are on these dating apps or like dating stories, whatever. People that live in tents or whatever, like different people, right? And I'm like, okay, I could interview people, fine and dandy, but is it boring to just sit and watch two people talking? Like their screens are like next to each other, like I'm here and then this person's like let's see, right there. Is that boring? Or like would you still like be interested in that? I don't know. Like, I don't know. I'm just one person. I don't know. I don't know what people like. Rose says, yeah, letting the van set and rot doesn't honor her or your dad's help. Yes. And thank you for saying that. Ciao, Bunny Bear. Someone will need the van. It's kind of hard out here for some people with inflation and the job market. That's also true. Also true. Yeah, I think sell the van, get a car. Someone will love Snoopy. Oh, Snoopy. As much as we all do. Yes. And I hope that person will love Snoopy. Like, I would also maybe like want to ask that person, like, what do you intend to do with this van? Because I don't want to see it trashed. Jolly Good Meals. Do you have seasonal allergies? Yes. These allergies, like, it's been bad. Like when I got sick, I thought it was allergies, but it was so bad. I was just like, I was like, oh, maybe this is not allergies. But yeah, it's been bad out here. Mystery said it could be Zoom. Adventures of Mystery. Cute idea, interviewing others about snacks or dating. It can be in person or Zoom. Lisa says Zoom is fine. Awesome, Lisa. Zoom is good. So, all right, so Zoom is not bad. Zoom or live StreamYard. Live StreamYard would be awesome. Zoom type would be great and give more options. You can interview me after my tiny home gets. Yeah, 2 weeks. Oh, that's exciting. No, it's interesting to watch interviews. It's not boring at all. Zoom would be good. Grant says, last I checked, people weren't bored watching Barbara Waters do one-on-one interviews. Facts. Yeah, because I've always wondered, like, because I'm always like, oh, people don't care about that unless I like drive to somewhere, fly to somewhere, and like do in person, interviews. And I'm like, I know myself, I'm not going to do that. Like, I'm going to work all day and then try to go somewhere on the weekends. Probably not, but I don't mind, hooking up something for the weekends or like evenings to, have like an hour interview or 30-minute interview or like whatever, that's not hard at all. Especially if I don't have to do a lot of editing, just, you know, coordinate a time, get on, do something, and then maybe sometimes it's just gonna be me talking with my coffee or a snack about random things that happens throughout my week. I don't know. Hold on, I got a text. Oh my gosh. Michelle Williams sent $25. Let's see, what does it say? There's a little note on here. It said there's a note, but I don't see. for flowers if you like or whatever. Oh, that is so sweet. Thank you so much, Michelle, for the donation. I really appreciate that so much. Thank you very much. That is very kind of you. Very appreciative. And I might get some flowers because that would just really be beautiful and brighten up my apartment. I appreciate that very much. Thank you so much. Oh, what? I'm out of practice. Hold on. I was like, there's something missing. Hold on. Where's my sounds? What the heck? Where's my sounds? Hold, please. Did my sounds get deleted? I paid for the sounds, but I don't see them. What in the world? Oh. They were on a different folder. Let's give you. Whoa.
Bruh, what the dog doing? Bruh. What the dog?
There's ads on here now. What the heck?
Hooray!
Let me turn this up. Thank you so much, Michelle. I appreciate it very much. I haven't done that in so long. I almost forgot how to do it. Claire on the road. I see a lot of that on YouTube. I think remote interviews are fun and would increase your reach because of logistics. Thank you. Remember, redirect the attachment to the van to the time you and your dad had bonding while building it out. That's a great idea. Yeah, I need to like value the time and the memories more than the end result. Jib says, I'm sure someone out there will love and appreciate Snoopy. They better, because I will find them and make them. Not really, but I hope they really do take care of it. I think a lot of people have guests online quite often. Donna says, I've been in my van for 16 months and most of what I have are travel snacks. I still haven't figured out a way to cook a meal. It's always something quick and easy to throw together or buy something. Yes. I found that a lot of time I was like doing quick meals, easy meals, salads, sandwiches and stuff like that. Because to cook, it's just like so, like you think when you start van life, you're going to be like, I'm going to be outside, with my little cooker with the doors open. No, I mean, I know there's some people that do that for sure, but I was not one of them. I was like, no, I'm not doing that. Zoom is fine. Let's see. Sometimes I drop my phone and remove apps when I try to catch them. Yeah. Lisa D, sorry that I'm so chatty today, but I will play online pool while I'm listening to podcasts and videos on phone. I played that pool on my iPad. Awesome. No, I'm glad you're chatty. I appreciate the chat. I appreciate all the chats and all the opinions and thoughts and ideas because this is thank you for the hearts. I appreciate all the love and the likes. I appreciate all the likes. I want this to be interactive. I want to get back to a place like when we kind of first started, when I was still in my car, like when we started these live streams, it was more of a party vibe and more festive. And I want to start doing more games when we do live streams. And, I want to have it to be more interactive. When we used to do the Would You Rathers, which I'm going to bring back, people were competing with each other in the chat and it was fun. And, I want to like reclaim a better life than we had. Like the pandemic sucked something out of like sucked the life out of a lot of people, like physically and mentally. And I want to like reclaim that. I want to like bring joy back. And I know it started with me getting my joy back and being more happy and joyful, and not being so like stringent on how the channel needs to look, and being so scared to make any changes or do something less than perfection. And so this is my first like attempt, or not even attempt. It's not even an attempt. Like this is my first step out on faith moment. It's just, tonight, just feeling it and being like, I want to go live. I want to talk to my friends. I want to just share my story, as long as it takes. I know I usually wrap up at an hour, but from now on, it's like, I'm just going to talk until I can't talk no more. Sorry, Grant. I know Grant likes to have it, I don't know what your dinner plans are, but feel free to drop off, come back, whatever, do whatever. Like whatever you guys are doing, do it. I don't want to hold anybody, but also, there's a lot of people that aren't doing anything on a Saturday night. There's plenty of times where I'm not doing anything on a Saturday night. I mean, hopefully I'll get more dates, but that just hasn't happened. So I am going to wrap up pretty soon though, because my throat is getting dry. Plus I want to eat dinner, but this is just like a sigh of relief to share all this with my snack pack fam. And, there's been a lot of people that have been sending messages either through Instagram, through email, through comments, and just like, especially in the past couple of weeks, because I haven't posted, asking how I'm doing, asking if I'm okay. And that was also like, okay, I really need to say something because people are out here concerned out in these streets. And I know I've received some calls and texts, and, I want to say that I kind of have been setting like a little bit of like, it's going to sound like bad, but it's not bad. I've been setting some boundaries in terms of like protecting my mental health and my time and my energy, especially because I have a lot of things, like especially during my day, it's very busy. And then I'm off work, and then I'm like, okay, now I need to like gather myself. And so if you've called or texted or messaged and I have not responded, please know that I've probably read your message, prayed over it, thought about it, and please don't think that I'm like ghosting or avoiding, but I only have so much time and mental space and energy. So just know that I love you and I care about you. It's just, I can't respond to every single person, and I can't take the time to talk to everybody like in real life personage, if that makes sense. So please know that there's no ill will towards anybody. It's just, I'm just trying to like get myself on a good path and a good pattern now that I'm a regular person in life, having a job and trying to do all the things. So also thank you for all your messages. I appreciate. It would be hard to cook without a pantry. You'd spend all of your time shopping. Yes. Jim says, keep God first and he will lead the way. Yes, for sure. God has definitely been there. Definitely, like, I mean, he's really, really been close by, and I've prayed and begged to have guidance, and he's really been there. Maybe print a great pic of you and your dad and Snoopy on, frame it, and that's a great tribute and no vanity. Yes. I need to finish some of the painting in the van, like just the cabinets that I started painting white. I need to finish the trim, like finish that. Then I'm going to clean it out, and then I'm going to take a lot of good pictures and videos just for myself. Maybe I'll post something, if I do sell the van, I'll probably post a video about that, just because you guys have been part of Snoopy's journey, Simon Snoopy. And so that is something I probably would do, is make a video about that. But I really want to have like a really solid video so that I can always look at it, and have those memories and just, remember all the good times. The good old days. We used to have so much fun. Yes, we did. If I were to do if I were to do much travel, I'd have to take home cooked food. I actually like putting together an ice chest for a road trip. Oh, that sounds good. The only thing I need to do tonight is my CR step study homework. Awesome. And get clothes laid out for church. Amen. Glad I made it on tonight. Till next time. Amen. I'm glad you did too. Eric and Jessica, God bless you, sister. Thank you so much. I appreciate you guys so much. It's been such a journey, like up until now, and now I feel like I'm moving into a whole brand new chapter, and it feels very good, honestly. Like I feel like I could take a sigh of relief right now, just having this live stream and just sharing, because I was like, I'm not even gonna tell anybody I got a job. Like I just like, I don't want, like, I don't know, just the devil is always working, and always in your ear and in your mind. So if you're constantly thinking like negative things or even a little bit of negative things, talk to good friends, let them remind you that things are not that bad, things are going to be okay, you'll get through it, because the friends that I've had in my life have been so encouraging and remind me like, you're fine, everything's fine, people still care about you, and it's been awesome. And doing this live stream tonight has really been, like I said, a sigh of relief to just share what's going on. And as I said, I don't have it figured out, so it just is what it is. It's just going to be real life over here, and snacks and talking about. I mean, really, in my life, I talk about food a lot, just in real life, like in my life, I talk about food a lot. I talk about dating a lot. I talk about friends a lot. I talk about content creation a lot. And just basic things, like whatever. So if you like those things, great. I also talk about God and the Bible. I like to have fun. I feel like I'm on one of those dating videos like, hi, I'm Allison. I'm 50 years old and I like pasta. So, anyways, I don't know what else to say, but I guess I would like to leave on this note that if you're holding on to something that's stressing you out, try to let it go. Try to let go. Like it's not easy. And sometimes you need to get to the end of yourself and just let go. Like sometimes you realize it's time. And sometimes when you let go, like they say, when one door closes, another opens. It's true. It's like there's cliches are cliche for a reason. Like a lot of those things are true. And, the past does not equal your future. Just because I had a bad work situation before does not mean I will have a bad work situation in the future. And it didn't. It's great. So, if you're worried about something, if you're like wanting to be in a loving relationship, but you had crappy relationships in the past, it doesn't mean that you will have a bad relationship in the future. I mean, you could, but hopefully you don't. But you just got to keep giving things a try, because if you just let yourself sit and waste away, then that's for sure going to be bad. But you have to step out on faith a little bit. Just try things, That's all you can do. Like I'm just literally trying things. I don't have a magic insight to the world or my future, which I don't want. Like that's part of life. So I don't know, just enjoy your life, have fun, hang out with people you care about and eat snacks. That's just really what it's all about. So I guess that's all I have to say. A lot of people are not aware how the wicked one attacks us. Facts. Rose, God bless you all large. Allison, I'll watch when I catch you because of you. Thank you so much. Claire on the road. Yes, more on content creation would be great. You look great, Allison. Thank you so much. Oh my gosh, stress. So need that advice. Amen. Good to hear from you. Take care. In order to not sit around too long during the day or after work, you could go to a place like Planet Fitness and talk about Jesus. Maybe vlog it. He wanted me to ask. Awesome. Never underestimate the power of a snack and a nap. So true. Jim, love and hugs for you. Thank you so much. I appreciate you guys so much. Again, you are valuable. You are loved. You are worthy of just being happy and loved and joyful. And you know, it's okay. You could have a great life, you know? So I just want to remind you that you are loved. So, so glad I got a chance to hang out with you. Have a great rest of your Saturday night. Go eat something good. Go watch something good on whatever. Read a good book. And until next time, I'm going to, you know, I guess we'll see what happens next. I'm going to think about the next thing that I'm going to do video wise and stream wise, live stream wise. And until next time, bye for now. Love you guys. Bye.